Welcome back to another day on the channel where I'm bringing you my round 6 match from the Bluebell Midseason Showdown this weekend. This was actually the last round of Swiss. I ended up going 4-2, but I didn't have a really great resistance, so I think I finished 13th, but could have possibly finished top 8. You know, just you can't control how your opponents win and lose games. So I'm just going to jump into this. This was a battle against someone you might recognize from the channel, Jim Mac. You can check out his channel at Rock8VGC. And I was going to go ahead and jump into it. So I'd played him before using this team. He told me that it was similar but maybe different. But I didn't really know what to expect. So he does end up leading what I thought he would lead, which was the Gengar and Landorus. Now, let these animations go off. Let mine go off too. Whoops, sorry. This is so much harder to do than just commentating live battles, because I gotta remember when everything goes off. Okay, so now, I'm worried here. I was worried about a Gengar Smeargle lead or a Gengar Landorus lead. I was fine with Gengar Smeargle because I thought, oh, I can just Earthquake it. Because I have telepathy on the Musharna, I can just bop that. And I was fine with Landorus Gengar because then there's no Smeargle. And if he wants to get Smeargle in, he's got to switch it into a possible attack. I know he's not going to want to switch the Gengar out. His whole strategy focuses on the Gengar. So when I see this Landorus, I think, alright, I can just set up Trick Room, and I can U-turn into the Landorus spot, because he's either going to want to switch it out into Smeargle, or he's going to try and go for like a Rock Slide or something. And I don't really care about either one. I know that at -1, his U-turn and even a Shadow Ball shouldn't knock out Musharna. Musharna is like stupid bulky. I should get the Trick Room up. And so that's my plan, is I U-turn into the Landorus slot, and I go for the Trick Room. He does end up withdrawing the Landorus, and he goes into the Smeargle, which is great, because I'm thinking, alright, I'm going to get a Choice Banded U-turn on this thing. It's going to go down to its Focus Sash. This is going to be a great turn, you know. I'm thinking he might, you know, go for a Shadow Ball into the Musharna, and I'm totally okay with that. But I did not expect to Hidden Power Ice into Landorus. That completely screwed me over, and I'm immediately thinking, oh, well, I've certainly lost this game, but I do get the Trick Room up, so not all hope is lost. And I'm thinking here, okay, let's see what kind of Smeargle it is. It's got Moody, so it's going to be probably just Focus Sash, Max Speed, Max HP. He gets a +2 evasion boost and a -1 accuracy. Not really boost, but he gets -1 accuracy. So I'm thinking here, alright, what are his options? He doesn't want a Dark Void, because he thinks, okay, he also told me before he doesn't know anything about Musharna, so I did not expect him to know that my Musharna strategy is all about gravity. So I'm thinking he's not going to want a Dark Void. I mean, he could, but it's not a good play for him. I was expecting a Fake Out, and the thing is, I was okay with a Fake Out because it's a -1 accuracy. So my whole thing here is, I just set up Trick Room, I got a free switch into whatever I want. This is a good time to get Groudon in and set up Gravity and P-Blades everything. Because Precipice Blades will knock out his Gengar. It will take this Smeargle down to its Focus Sash. Now, he is at +2 evasion, but I do plan on setting up Gravity, so I'm thinking here, I'll take my chances on the Smeargle, because it's still 85%, you know. So, with his +2 evasion, but the -2 evasion from the Gravity, it's just normal accuracy for me to hit him. And so I'm thinking here, alright, he's not going to go for a Dark Void, so I can set up Gravity, because the thing is, if I set up, this is a huge risk, and I took a long time on this turn thinking about it, because if I set up Gravity and he just decides to go for a Dark Void, I'm in a bit of trouble. So, and the other thing is, if he goes for like a Wide Guard, or if he goes for a Fake Out, he'll go first, and then like let's say next turn, if he wants to Wide Guard or something and he goes first, I can put him to sleep with Hypnosis. And so really, I'm just thinking like, alright, in the event he wants to go for a Wide Guard next turn, or this turn, I can just try and set up my Musharna. So, I'm pretty sure here I go for Gravity Precipice Blades. As he does withdraw the Gengar, which I figured he might withdraw it into Kyogre, which is one of the reasons I really wanted to go for Gravity Precipice Blades, because I just really want to get as much damage off as possible. Because under Trick Room, I've got him on the ropes a little bit. He's got to be feeling the pressure here. You know, he's thinking I can just bring in my Whale, a big fat stupid whale, and then the whale can just spit water everywhere. But that's not going to happen. So he does go for the fake out, and he actually misses the fake out, and I get the gravity off. So when that happened, I don't think he was paying attention to his moody boosts, or maybe he forgot, because he's like, wait, how did I just miss my fake out? But I do unfortunately miss the precipice blades on the Brocasso. So the thing there is that was just a normal 85% precipice blades on the Smeargle. So, you know, normal chances to miss, which is unfortunate, but it was a risk I was willing to take to get some damage off on the Gengar or the incoming Kyogre, which you see in like a level 49, or sorry, it got crap. In an untethered, it gets boosted up to level 50. So level 50 precipice blades from this Groudon does over half to his defensive Kyogre. So I was pretty happy about that. So now I'm waiting on Moody Boost, and he gets the defense raise, which is not great for me, and the evasiveness falls, which is nice. So that is nice. Now here I'm thinking to myself, he's probably going to either switch out the Smeargle, or he's gonna do. I was not expecting a wide guard. I thought me wide guarding was too obvious. I thought maybe he's afraid of a skill swap. I don't know, but I was not expecting a wide guard. So I decided, you know what? I could just go for another P-Blades, or maybe he'll think I think the wide guard is too obvious, and I won't go for it, and I'll switch out Kyogre or Groudon. So I just decided, you know what? Screw it. I'm going for that Precipice Blades. Wide guard be damned. And I decide which is more important. I thought maybe he might want to like switch in Landers to intimidate my Groudon. I thought maybe he'd protect Kyogre. So I decided to just Precipice Blades again and try to Hypnosis the Smeargle, because I do not want to let this thing sit around for any more turns and get Moody Boost up, because Moody Boosts are the bane of my existence. So oh no, sorry. No, I'm a turn ahead of myself. So he actually just double protects, and I'm silly. So I was actually, now that I think about it, I was considering the double protect play and thinking I could maybe Swords Dance, but ends up not being good for me here. So this upcoming turn, is a turn where I'm like, okay, I'm just going to Hypnosis the Smeargle because I'm tired of the Moody Boosts, and Precipice Blades again. And he hits me with a wide guard. So he makes a good call and just decides, you know what, Smeargle can just, let's get this wide guard. But because he wide guarded now, I get to put him to sleep, and he doesn't take a free turn of sleep. So now he is guaranteed to stay asleep next turn. Unfortunately, I do lose my Groudon here because he goes for a Water Spout. But check out the damage on Musharna. Let's look at that. That Water Spout, not full power Water Spout, but Water Spout with the same power as, I think, like 70 base power, spread damage, okay? Musharna took, I think, a third. So Musharna can survive a full power Water Spout from Kyogre. Like, the thing is ridiculous. I love it. Oops, sorry. So I bring in Kangaskhan here, and I thought, you know what? The protect on Kyogre is obvious, but I definitely, well, to me it was obvious. I thought a fake out onto Smeargle with Kangaskhan might be obvious, but I really just want to prevent this Kyogre from spouting again. So I'm pretty sure, I think I double edge into that slot. Yeah, I think I double edge into the Kyogre slot, and I definitely Psychic into the Smeargle slot. And I was like so tempted to Hypnosis in that slot, predicting a switch out because I thought a switch out was obvious. But I was also very, very determined just to get damage off. So I know the cool thing about Musharna is that it's not as bulky as a Cresselia, but its Psychics do a decent amount of damage. So whatever comes in, Gengar comes in, I hit it with a Psychic, it does like 75%. His Landers comes in, I do 50%. Like, it's ridiculous. And that's the cool thing about Musharna. So like, I can 2-hit KO a Landorus with Psychic. I can 2-hit KO a Gengar with Psychic. I can 2-hit KO a Smeargle with Psychic. Like, it's a cool thing because once you set up your Trick Room, you can actually do some damage. It's not just sitting around being useless. So yeah. So it was a low roll, but with a crit. So we got a little lucky there. But I think I will just double edge into the Shamu. So the Trick Room ends, and here my thought is, all right, he's gonna probably just attack with his Kyogre or switch it out. I really wasn't concerned with that as much. I was very concerned with this Landorus. I thought I gotta get rid of this Landorus because I only have 2 Mons left. It's just my Musharna and Kangaskhan. I'm an adamant Kangaskhan, so I know that at this range, the Sucker Punch should take out the Landorus. So that's my play. I just Sucker Punch and decide to set up my Trick Room again. And I thought his Water Spout won't knock me out. Judging on the bulk he has, a Scald shouldn't knock me out either. The only thing that would knock me out would be an Origin Pulse. So I was worried about that. But he does reveal Scald. So I'm very happy to see that. And of course, Musharna lives it because Musharna is a beast. I get the Trick Room up. And luckily, there's no burn. That was the most crucial part of this whole thing. Now I do lose my Gravity, of course, which is not great. But here, he brings in Gengar, which is not the worst. But the thing is, I've got Trick Room up. So all I really have to do here is just Psychic into the Gengar. I mean, I could... No, sorry, I don't have Gravity up. So I'm thinking here, alright, it's going to take too much time to set up Gravity and then try to put it to sleep. So I'd rather just pin it down with Psychics. So I know, well, at least I don't know, but I assume he has Perish Song because the last time we played he had Perish Song. And it seems like a good kind of end game option. Like, why else would he want to save the Gengar for the end of the game? So I decide that I really, really want to just hit the Gengar with a Psychic so that I know that my Sucker Punch will definitely take it out because I don't know how he's built. And then I'm going to Double Edge into the Kyogre slot because I don't think he realizes yet that I'm a slow Kangaskhan, very slow Kangaskhan, because I Sucker Punched with the Kangaskhan the turn before. Now, to him, me Sucker Punching says, oh, he's just, you know, trying to avoid Double Edge damage. It doesn't tell him that I'm slow. So actually doing that makes it appear that I'm a fast Kangaskhan. He doesn't know that I'm a very slow Kangaskhan, slow, bulky, adamant, just a lot of attack. So I decide, you know what? He's probably gonna attack here with the Kyogre, thinking that he can just scald my Kangaskhan with his Kyogre because he'll outspeed or in the Trick Room. But I just hit it with the Double Edge, and I figure, you know, if he switches in Smeargle for whatever reason, it goes down. I really just want to get the Kyogre down, get some damage on the Gengar because the Smeargle hasn't taken a sleep turn yet. So that does a clean 75% to the Gengar, and this Double Edge just annihilates the Kyogre. And at this point, Jim's looking at me like, is it slow Kangaskhan? Really? Slow Kangaskhan? Really, bro? Really? So, Rain lifts. Gengar here, I'm pretty sure goes for a Perish Song. Yeah, okay, so Gengar uses Perish Song. Now, the thing is, I'm pretty sure that the way this works is that the fastest person on the field faints first. So if he knows that he can't protect the Smeargle. He knows he can't protect the Smeargle because of the fact that it hasn't taken a sleep turn yet. So I'm free to just Double Edge it, knock it out, and Psychic into the Gengar. So basically he knows that his only win condition is a triple protect. And of course he gets the first one off. So I just Psychic into the Gengar with Musharna, and then Double Edge with my Kangaskhan into the Smeargle. So I think there he went for a Fake Out. Or maybe a Follow Me. I don't really remember. I think he had Follow Me on it. So it might have been a Follow Me. It might have been a Fake Out. It's probably a Fake Out. But I take out the Smeargle. So now, I guess, I don't remember how long the match actually was. So I might have been able to timer stall. But I was like, you know what? I'll just take my chances. And go for the Protect play. So, of course, all I do is I Psychic and Sucker Punch. I know he's not going to actually attack with his Gengar, so... But, you know, in case he wanted to get cheeky, I just Sucker Punch with my Kangaskhan Psychic. He does get the Double Protect. And then here comes the last turn. And I am praying that he does not get the Triple Protect. He and I both know all he has to do is Triple Protect, and if he gets it, he wins the game. Because we're in Trick Room, my Musharna is the fastest thing is the fastest thing in Trick Room. His Gengar is the slowest thing in Trick Room. So my Musharna goes down first, then my Kangaskhan goes down, then his Gengar goes down, and because one of his Pokemon was the last one to go down, he wins the game. So that's his plan here, and I'm just praying that I don't lose. But he doesn't get the Protect, and I was so happy, yay! because this means I'm 4-2, and this means I have a decent chance to get top 8 and cut this tournament, and you know, getting in the finals of this midseason showdown would get me a Worlds invite. So I was really trying for that, but unfortunately, I don't end up getting it just because my opponent's win percentages weren't that great. But that's all today, guys, for the channel. I hope you liked it. If you do, feel free to hit that like button, comment, share the video, or subscribe, and hopefully I'll see you back tomorrow for some more ladder up.